The buffalo is on the plains looking at the sunrise. Uh, 3/16. I'm going to mark 3/16 here. And I'm going to put a plus sign because it needs to be longer. And it's tight there. The 0 is always here or here, depending on which way it's going. But the wall is twisted slightly. And I'm going to check this one. And my square is tight in the corner here, or tight in the corner here. And then it's tight against the wall there. And it looks like it's about 3/16 again. No, it's a quarter, so plus a quarter. And then we'll do the bottom. And that one is plus a quarter as well. And I write it on the wall above, but not beyond my 16" because my shelf is going to be 16. So I've got those three. I have to do this one. Again, it's tight in the corner here and tight there. And my measurement is a 1/4 inch. So in all likelihood, I'm going to cut all of them at plus a quarter because we're not building pianos. We're putting shelves in a closet. And right there. And that's almost 3/16, but we're going to call it a quarter. So plus a quarter on all of those. Now I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. Put it tight in the corner and see what we got for a measurement. And we're really out of Kawhi-Wonka there. That is almost 3/8. So I'm going to call that 3/6. Oops. Then we're going to go down. Same thing. Tight in the corner. It's always going to be tight across the back. 16ths. And this will be normal. You'll learn very few times that the wall is square in a closet. The taping build out, whatever happens, especially on older houses. That's a 1/2 inch, so plus a 1/2. And I'm back down to a 1/4. Could be a bowed stud that caused that. In all likelihood, that's exactly what it is. And then we're back down to a 1/4 there, tight across the back. And down to a 1/4, so plus a 1/4. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the back. And all our measurements will be taken from the back. So this one here, there to there, 38 1/4. I'll write that there. We're going to call that 38/16. And 38. $37 7/8. And 37 3/4. This is old plywood that we're just using. It's in a basement for storing old file folders. Now what you're going to do, we're going to, just for reference, we're going to mark that as the back. Now it was tight there, And if I measure over, it'll be tight there. But the problem being is it was longer here. So what I actually need to do, if I'm cutting the top shelf, is I need to cut off the back. So the top one, the measurement was, on the right-hand side was 1/4 inch. I need to add 1/4 inch. So what I really need to do is I need to take 1/4 inch off. So that gets 1/4 inch cut off. I go from nothing to 1/4 inch. And I make my cut mark. And then the top measurement was 38 1/4. So from my mark to here is 38 1/4. But I do know that that's 1/4 inch, so I'm going to go 38 1/2 because that gives me 38 1/4 because I'm cutting it off. Okay, that's the reference point. That's not where I square it, but what I've got to do is create a square line. So I put a pencil mark there, straight off of that. This is 38 1/4, which is the back of that one. Then I'm going to add my measurement from that one on this side. And that is add 3/8 of an inch. So I can't take off the back of that. So what I'll do is I'll add 3/8 of an inch to this one. Does that make sense? So now I go from that 3/8 of an inch to that mark. And these are tight measurements. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow for it to fit. So I'm going to cut on this side of the line, on this one. So we're going to cut on this side because that's tight, and if it goes in, it's going to scratch the paint off. So if we cut on this side of the line, that'll make it the thickness of the blade shorter. That one will cut on the right side of the line. Okay, now if you remember, I marked a B on there for back. Well, that's also the top too, because that's where I took my measurements from. Let's go see if it fits. Take it up in a slope, hold it in place, carefully let it down. Put a space over here, little space there. The difference you see there is just an old piece of plywood. It's got a bit of a hump in it. Now you can trim the front of it out with a trim. You can sand it down, or you can leave it exactly like that, but that's a perfect fit. If you look up in the corner, it's got a little bit of a space, and it's fairly snug. No scratching on the walls from it being fit. It's a perfect fit. we screwed up. This one's good. That one needs a little bit off of it.
A little bit more?
This was the one that was 1/2 inch. I kind of wondered about it. Is that a good fit? Perfect fit. The only ding we had was that one.